or you can even discipline yourself. You can acquire skills. But if you're not audience aware, you're not going to bring the kind of experience that could be unique. And by unique, I mean if they want to have that, if they want to go on that ride again, you know, an amusement park ride, when you get off, if it's successful, they want to get back on. Mm-hmm. That's what I'm like, an amusement park ride. So if you want to have that effect, you've got to have something that they can't get from someone else. And there's an emotional component to that. So you've got to be sensitive to that. So awareness is like all of a sudden you have to think, widen your vision. Then you have to narrow it to get things right. But you have to widen it first and really receive things from everything that's around, watching people, watching behaviors, watching objects, watching other performers. I mean, it's really like a lifetime of observation and then seeing what you can use.
Okay, well that's fascinating because so many performers go on stage and they're so focused on what am I doing, what is my puppet saying. They're so self-conscious, they're not able to expand that, you know, their focus to absorb it all. So now you did it going back and watching video, but you do that during your shows as well because you're taking these people on a ride. Is there anything you could recommend or suggest to somebody so that they're able to maybe come out of that little focus shell and start absorbing that?
All right. Well, here's a little almost like an exercise, but it sets up the dynamic of from self-awareness to audience awareness. Now, before I say, there's a quote from Alfred Hitchcock, and he had made this movie, The Man Who Knew Too Much. He made it twice. The first time he made it with Glenn Ford, I think with Jimmy Stewart the second time. But someone asked him, he described that first, the black and white version with Glenn Ford, he described it as the work of a talented amateur. And someone asked him, what does that actually mean? And here was his answer. At the time, I was not audience aware. That is like profound for anybody who steps on a stage. I got an idea here. I had this wasn't prepared, but the mirror.
Okay.
All right. I practice in front of a mirror. I have several mirrors down here, so when I'm going through my routines and working, I use them to play with the character before I'm even thinking of routine to see what it can do physically. And I talk about that probably in one or two of my videos.
Yes.
But the thing that addresses your point is when I start practicing the routine and I'm getting every move down in the mirror, I'm self-aware. I'm aware of the puppet. All those things that you mentioned. I'm aware of the puppet, the lines, and myself. And a stepping stone to bring you into audience awareness and a necessity for getting that performance away from your rehearsal stage is to wean yourself off the mirror. Because people don't realize when you first do it, and I did this, that's why I know. When you go into your early performances and you've practiced and practiced and practiced and you're as prepared as you think you can be, all of a sudden you're not looking at the mirror. You've got the puppet, you've got the lines, you've got your self-awareness, but your audience awareness never was a factor in the equation. So by realizing that as soon as you start practicing the mirror, that the goal is to wean yourself off the mirror, to do those same routines and have all those moves, the last stage of your practice, off the mirror.
Okay.
And you should start to feel comfortable with that, because if you don't, you're not going to be comfortable when you go in front of an audience with that new material.